guys to another episode of Chris Gone Fishing. Today we're not fishing, we're sitting in a tree in an old southern magnolia, and today I'm going to tell you how I caught the biggest bass of my life. So we're just going to get started. I'm posting a while because I've been busy and I haven't really been able to fish, and the fish just haven't been biting. I've been trying to throw like 10.5-inch worms, 12-inch worms, catch some big fish, but I've been catching a lot of little ones or just none at all. Found a new pond with some big bass in them, like 7-pounders, but I just can't get them to bite today anyways, or the other day. So we're gonna get started on the story time of how I caught the biggest bass of my life. So it was around July, I believe. It was around July. Fishing an old pond. If you've been with my channel for like before 50 subscribers, then you'll know I used to live at a place with an amazing pond. Like, that's the only pond I went to because I was like 11, so I couldn't drive, and I still can't drive. So that was the pond I used to go to all the time. I would ride my bike there. We had a friend that lived on the water to let me fish there all the time. I had a little paddle boat. So back to the story. So I was, me and my friend, he come pick me up. He was like 18 or something, and he came pick me up. And I told him the other day we were at 4-H. I said, "You want to go fishing tomorrow?" He said, "Sure." So we went fishing, and we went fishing. We were fishing a pond hop, and then we went to the 4-H office, the fairgrounds. I went to a pond there. He caught a couple of them on a wacky rig. This was before I had my channel. And so what we did, so we were fishing and we went to this pond, and it was around 6 o'clock, around this time, 5-6 o'clock. And so I looked at him. He was throwing a Texas rig Cinco, a red one. That pond loves red. So I went over there and I thought, I'm going big or going home. I just got a new combo. I pulled out a 10.5-inch old monster worm. This worm right here. Not sure how well y'all can see that. Lay it on my pants. Now just flip it around. It was this worm right here. 10.5-inch red bug zoom old monster worm. Just a big profile worm. So we were throwing that, and I just got a new bait cast for my birthday. Unfortunately, neither of the rod or reels with us. I broke them all. Classic. It was a 6.5-inch loose speed stick, medium heavy, with a 7:1 gear ratio to 9 ball bearings zoom speed spool. Had some 30-pound braid on there. Had a 5/0 hook, 1/16 ounce weight, and a 10.5-inch zoom old monster worm. So we're fishing, and he caught one little bass. I caught one little bass, and then we're going to this. We broke out of the lagoon, which is this little cove like we called the lagoon. I broke out of that little holler, busted into the main part of the pond, and went out to the main part of the pond, and I casted lateral across a bunch of lily pads. This pond's loaded with lily pads. I cast alongside it, right? So I'm fishing there, clear water, no leader. I'm fishing there, just letting it fall. It's about 8-9 foot deep. Letting it fall, bringing it up, letting it fall. And then all of a sudden, I feel a thump, and it's a big thump. And I leaned over to my friend Dylan. I said, "Get ready for this." I got up and I felt him. He was on there, and I set the hook. And when I set it, I gave it to him. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like when you got a big, like you just know it's a big fish, and you just give it to him. You know what I'm saying? So I was up there, and I went over there, and I set the hook, and all of a sudden, I hear my braids lining up, tying up, getting tangled up against a bunch of lily pads. Lily pads pop out of the water like a foot in the air. Like a 9-foot lily pad shoots up out of the air because my line was tangled around it and it broke. My drag was set to the max. I don't have my drag like possible to pull out on my bait caster. I don't know why. I just don't do it. And so I was there, and he started pulling drag. That reel maxed it out at like 20-pound drag. So I'm fighting him, and all of a sudden he comes up in a clear spot, and he jumps out of the water, and it was a tank. And I saw the worm fly out of his mouth, but the hook was still in it. I was like, Oh God, so I was just fighting him real nice and calm. I pull him over here, my friend grabs the net, and the pliers get stuck in the net, and we don't want to lose the pliers. He's like, oh dang it. So he's sitting there, they're old pliers, they got rips in the handles. He's untangling it from the net, and all of a sudden he gets it out, right? He goes up there and he misses it the first time. I'm like, what are you doing? So then he gets it in the net, and we get pulled in there. We just start freaking out. It's an 8, it's a big fish, right? So we go over to back in the lagoon to get some pictures, and we weren't far from the lagoon, so we went over there, kept him in the net in the water, weighed him. We weighed him 8 pounds 3 ounces. Here's a picture of him right now. The biggest bass of my life. I've caught bass that close to that size after that, like 7.5. I can't get over that mark, but this year we will. I promise you, we'll be catching a 10-pounder this year. I sure hope so. Anyways, so that was actually my first video ever made, posted. I'll leave it in the cards right now. That was my first video ever posted. 10-pound bass caught on a ribbon tail worm. It was awesome. I'm like getting flashbacks from it. So it was thinking awesome. I haven't caught one yet that big over that. I've missed one that was probably close to 12. A person, I don't even want to go into that, but I promise you it was a big fish. It was a giant. That's all I can say. It was a beautiful, beautiful fish. If y'all haven't seen that video, go watch it now. It's an awesome video. First one ever made, and I shot on my cell phone, so it wasn't very good. But it was stinking awesome. I don't know, it's just crazy. It was an awesome fish, awesome time to catch it right before the dark, right before it hit dark, and it was an 8.5 pound bass, well, 8 pounds 3 ounce bass. Absolutely giant. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you want to see more story times in a tree like this, let me know. If you like it, let me know what story you'd like me to tell next, if I even have that story in my book. So thank y'all for watching. Remember, put down the Xbox. Like, throw that thing on the ground and pick up the tackle box. I'll see y'all later.